And thanks everyone for joining us today. My name is Estelle Stewart. I'm the Travel Trade Manager with Tourism Jasper, and I'm really happy to show you around my little town today. I've lived here for 18 years. I actually hitchhiked here from Quebec City, so if you can pick up on the French accent, it's real. In 1998, that is, and fell in love with Jasper, and I never left. So today, let's dive right in. So to tell you a little bit about Jasper, Jasper is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's also the largest national park in the Canadian Rockies. It's also mile zero to the Icefield Parkway, so what that means is we are where the Icefield Parkway begins, and it goes all the way down to Arizona. We're also a dark skies preserve, so in 2010 we were designated by the Astronomical Society of Canada as one of the largest dark skies preserves, so that allows for amazing stargazing. And we're also a year-round destination, and we're seeing more and more travelers from Australia that are coming in the winter, and in our high season for Australia is also in the summer. So how do you get here? So you would fly to Vancouver, Edmonton, or Calgary, and you'd transfer by car or coach, or you'd travel by train with Via Rail or the very popular Rocky Mountaineer to Jasper. You can travel by train also with the Rocky Mountaineer to Banff and then drive from Jasper. And then you can drive in between, as I mentioned, one of the most scenic highways, the Icefield Parkway, which is a 2.5-hour drive between Lake Louise and Jasper. And then we also have daily shuttles from Edmonton and from the Calgary airports that picks up in the afternoons at the airports and takes you to Jasper, and vice versa, that takes you to from Jasper at 7 a.m. every day. That takes you back to those gateways. And so here's what that looks like a little bit. So there's a map of Canada, and then the province of Alberta on the left, and then Edmonton is over here, Calgary just southeast of Jasper, and Jasper is located just over here. So the drive from Edmonton is 4 hours, from Calgary 6 hours, and then from Vancouver is 10 hours. And on to the right, you can see a map of the town of Jasper. So this is this section here, a little bit like the shape of a J. If you can look at our logo, conveniently is in the same shape. We only have 28 streets. The train station is located just over here, right in the center of that curve, and then everything that you see surrounding Jasper, all these little dotted lines, this is all a trail network, and we have over 1,200 kilometers of hikeable and bikeable terrain. Only 5,000 people live here year-round, but we welcome about 2 million visitors per year. And just to go over some of the most popular summer activities that we have, this photo was taken at the popular Mylene Lake. And Mylene Lake, there it is. So the Mylene Lake is located 45 minutes from Jasper Center, so from the town site of Jasper. We would say allow about an hour to drive there if you're driving there, if you're not taking a tour. Because there is lots of wildlife on the road, so this is a great little road to see bears. Once you get there, there are 3 experiences that you can do. So the regular cruise is a 45-minute cruise to Spirit Island that you can see on that photo, and then you get off from the island, and then you don't get onto the island, but just to the side to be able to take photos, and then back onto the boat. So the tour itself is about an hour and a half. There's also a Family of Explorer tour at Mylene Lake, which is the same boat cruise that includes like a trunk of costumes for the children, and some activities that they can do on the boat and onto on the land once they get at Spirit Island, with a little bit of a treasure hunt. There's also a photography tour at the very last cruise of the day, where you can take a 2-hour photography tour where you spend a little bit more time on Spirit Island with photography professional when the light is and the shadows are long, and that is also an option available. There's also the Brewster Chalet, the Maligne Lake Chalet, I'm sorry, that is located there where you can have an afternoon high tea. And yeah, so those are the experiences that you can have at Maligne Lake. The water is absolutely stunning, the water of that lake, and it is because of glacial silk, which is basically a rock flour that's produced by friction with the movement of glaciers that sits into the water that gives it that turquoise water. Float trips, so we have a number of rivers. We have the Athabasca River, the Sunwapta River, where you can do float trips. You can also do some whitewater rafting. The float trip with Jasper Raft Tour is a very popular activity. It is a little bit more gentle, so this one you're not paddling, but it's still bouncy, and it's ran daily. Daily at noon for anyone that does not have reservation, but Jasper Raft Tour also caters to multiple tour operators that and they do custom tours as well. Whitewater rafting, so we have a number of tour companies that also offers this. We have Class 2 and Class 3 type of rapids, and this experience is the one that you will paddle onto those rivers. So it's a little bit more intense. Jasper SkyTram. So Jasper SkyTram is located just 15 minutes outside of Jasper, a 15-minute drive. There are multiple shuttles daily that can take you there, and the experience is to ride a gondola all the way to the top of Whistler Mountain, and that takes you a full kilometer in elevation onto the SkyTram. Once you're up there, it takes 45 minutes to hike to the peak. There's also a cafeteria where you can enjoy a beer, some snacks, and they've just expanded the season actually for the first time this year. So they're now opening in March. As opposed to the end of April. So they now start in March. They will rent snowshoes up there. They are extending also further into the fall. So now they're open until Thanksgiving, so mid-October. And they are adding experiences to some dinners at the top with some stargazing tours up there as well. So they're doing some great things at the Jasper SkyTram. The Glacier Skywalk, so this one is located 102 kilometers south of Jasper, so it's from the Icefield Center, the Glacier Skywalk and the Ice Explorer, this one that you may be familiar with. Those two are located at the Icefield Center, so 102 kilometers south of Jasper. And the Glacier Skywalk is the newest one. It just opened in May of 2014, and it's been extremely popular. And the experience is an interpretive walk to a glass platform that sits 300 meters over the Sunwapta Valley, and which is also the thickness of the ice field that you are looking at. So the ice field covers 250 kilometers in surface area and is 300 meters in thickness in some areas, which is as thick as the Eiffel Tower. And it's a very important landmark for the Canadian people, as it's the only hydrological apex of a triple continental divide in the world. So the water that begins here ends up through 3 different hydrological circuits, and 2 years later in Australia, and Brewster does a stunning job in telling that story at the Glacier Skywalk. The Ice Explorer, it is a coach that you take onto the Athabasca Glacier. It's an interpretive tour, so lots of learning, great story about the ice field and about the area that's told there. And then you actually get off the coach and you can walk around onto the glacier. The experience itself takes an hour and a half, and then you take a coach again and takes you back to the Icefield Center. We say to allow 4 hours to do those two experiences, which allows for plenty of time to do the skywalk and to do the Ice Explorer as well. The seasonality for this is from April until mid-October. Golf, our golf course is located just a 10-minute drive from the town of Jasper. It's located at the Fairmont Jasper Park Lodge, and it is an 18-hole world-class golf course. It normally opens in May. This year we had a beautiful month of April, so it was open as early as the month of April, and it will close the first week of October. Mount Edith Cavell, this is one of my favorite tours. Unfortunately, large coaches cannot travel up there, so you need to take a tour with either Sundog Tours or Milling Adventure, or you can drive right up to it, to Mount Edith Cavell, and then you have a stunning view. It's an interpretive walk. You can go on your own or take a tour. It's just a 3-kilometer loop, and then once you get to Edith Cavell Pond, you have this stunning view of Angel Glacier that's just right over here. You can see some of the pieces of icebergs that sits at the bottom of the mountain. Rock climbing. So rock climbing is available through a number of tour operators now in Australia. It is a beginner rock climbing experience. So it takes about 5 hours. All of the equipment and the transportation is included in this. And again, it is a beginner experience. And anyone that can really climb a ladder as high as 10 feet can do this tour. Motorcycle tours. Jasper Motorcycle Tours offers 1 hour, 2 hour, and 3 hour ride in Jasper National Park, and you are actually riding the back and the sidecar of a Harley Davidson. So 3 people to a bike, 2 passenger and 1 driver. And halfway through the experience, you can switch as to who's going to be riding behind the driver and into the sidecar. Very popular, actually, as well. Canoe tours, we have a brand new tour company called Wild Current Outfitters that is doing a number of canoeing experience, mostly on Lake Edith and on Pyramid Lake. They can do customized tours. Right now we have them working with a number of tour operators where they do a 3-hour tour with a bannock bake and a tea at shore included as part of the canoe tour. So they can take up to 12 people at a time, and some of the larger canoes, if 2 and 3 go at a time. So that's Wild Current Outfitters. And winter. Winter is coming our way very soon. I was just telling Charlie that we've had our first frost on the cars a couple of mornings ago, so that it always comes as a bit of a shock to have to, scrape the car windows and get rid of that thin layer of soft ice that covers the windows of the car. But it's also good news because we love our Canadian winters and we love winter in Jasper. The skiing is fantastic, and yeah, the skiing and the snowboarding. So here's a great shot of Marmot Basin from Marmot Peak, actually, which will be open on November 11th. And here's a bit of a trail map of our ski area. So elevation is 914 meters. We have 1,675 acres of terrain, and we're Canada's highest base elevation. So our season is quite long. So November 11th is when we open every year. It is pretty much a guaranteed opening day, and we will normally close the first week of May. So we have a full 6 months of great skiing, and because the elevation base is so high, we still have great skiing in the month of April where the snow has not melted yet. So we have 7 lifts, including 3 high-speed quads, 86 runs, and we have a great split between novice, intermediate, advanced, and expert skiing. The ski resort is located a half hour outside of town, and there are shuttle service that picks up three times in the morning, and that returns also 3 times in the evening. And if you haven't heard of the snow in the Canadian Rockies, it is a very dry, soft, really dry powder, what we call a champagne powder, because the climate is quite dry here. So it makes for a much softer and easier skiing. Dog sledding. So for group tours, we do have dog sledding that operates with advance notice on Pyramid Lake, which is located just a 10-minute drive from here. But we also have cold fire dog sledding that operates out of Valemount, which is an hour drive from here, and that is for any individual or any FITs that is coming through. And there's various type of various type of experiences. Some as quick as just a 10-minute tour, and then you've got a full 2 to 3 hour sled rides that's offered in Belmont. Maligne Canyon. This is also one of my favorite. This little canyon is located just 15 minutes outside of Jasper, and it's quite stunning. So the Maligne River has carved this canyon, and in the winter the river freezes, but it drains into the karst system. So it drains into the caves and then back on to catch the river, the Athabasca River, a little further down, and it creates a great platform to walk on. So we have Sundog Tours and Maligne Adventures that offers tours, 3 tours daily, so morning, afternoons, and evening tours. And yeah, the experience takes about 3 hours. Anybody can do this. Anybody that can walk really can go into the canyon. And you're walking through these narrow corridors of limestone and ice waterfalls that are as high as 25 meters. The total depth of the canyon is 51 meters in total. Absolutely stunning. Ice climbing. There's me. I was telling Charlie, I said I didn't put a photo of myself. That's me right there. There you go. I do have a photo of myself. Ice climbing, one of my favorite sports. This is actually taken in Maligne Canyon, and Rockaboo Mountain Adventure offers an experienced ice climbing tour that is offered daily. It takes 6 hours, and same as rock climbing. Anybody that can climb up a ladder would be able to do this. The only difference with rock and ice is children under 12 would not be able to do experience ice climbing, or that would be up to the discretion of the tour operator, Rockaboo Mountain Adventure. As in rock climbing, you can, and the difference is that those ice tools, those ice picks that you're using, can be quite heavy for some of the smaller children or children under 12. Definitely worth a try. Jasper Planetarium. So as I mentioned, we are a dark skies preserve. Jasper Planetarium offers both outdoor stargazing tours, but also as part of the stargazing tours is a planetarium experience with interpretive service that talks about the stars that you can see in Jasper, the importance of having the dark as part of our lives. Also, lots of information about the constellations and how they were interpreted by our First Nations people. Dark Sky Festival. So our Dark Sky Festival is just around the corner. It will be from the 14th of October until the 23rd of October this year, and it runs every year. We have George Takei and Bill Nye, which you may be familiar with George Takei, which was one of the actors in Star Trek, and also a spokesperson for a number of causes. And then Bill Nye, the science guy. I'm not sure, Charlie, if you're familiar with Bill Nye, but he's an important character for North America he held a science show for kids, and so everybody knows him around here. But yeah, 2 celebrities that are coming to this, and lots of events every day, every night, obviously with stargazing, lots of things for children, rocket buildings and launching and so on. So we look forward to our Dark Sky Festival again this year. The Jasper and January Festival. This is great. Also, it begins, so the second weekend, the last 2 weeks of the month of January is always when the Jasper and January falls. Lots of events, of course. We have some events at the ski hill. We have the Mountain Park Lodge's chili cook-off, which is a chili competition. We have multiple wine tastings and food tastings. We have a street party. We have a fat bike race. Fat biking is becoming extremely popular here in Canada, whereas it's like mountain biking, but with very thick tires, so that you can ride on snow. So we also have our ATCO street party as part of Jasper and January Fest, and for 2 weeks. So excellent time for the Aussies travel as the school holidays are going on then. So we're trying to push that as much as possible. We also have our Pride Festival, which will be in March 2017. So every year it is only 1 weekend long. So the 3rd weekend every year of March. So this is a festival where we're celebrating gay pride. Lots of events. We have drag queens that are coming to town. We have a little bit of a parade. We have events at the ski hill as well. It's great fun for everyone. That's all I had, Charlie. This was it. That's still lots, right? Have we lost Charlie?
Hello. No, sorry, I couldn't unmute myself then. Estelle, thank you so much. Like, what's going on?
What's going on?
Estelle, thank you so much. That was absolutely fantastic. It's got so much knowledge and passion for Jasper, and it is such a wonderful, beautiful place. So thank you. Thank you for that update. I'm sure it's on everybody's bucket list if it wasn't already. And beautiful images there as well. Kathy says, thank you, so beautiful. Judy says, thanks. Good information again. Yes. Thank you, Kathy and Judy. Any other questions or comments, please send them through. Any questions for Estelle there on any of those activities or anything to do with Jasper, then send them through. Fiona says, thanks, that was great. So Estelle, how long do you encourage people to stay in both the summer and the winter?
We say, anything. Well, I always say 1 night is out of the question. You can't just do that. It takes a day to get to Jasper, and it takes a day to leave, really. Because we are a little bit out of the way. We're at least 4 hours from any airport. The closest airport being Edmonton, right? A lot of the itineraries, especially for the Australian market, is a longer itinerary. So you'll come from the west. All of the air goes into Vancouver. There are no flights into Alberta. So, again, just to get there is 1 day. So if you really want to get a taste of it, you've got to do 3 nights. So that you have 2 full days in Jasper and do some of the classics, and that's for both seasons, really. If you have a client that's really into ski, then I would say definitely 2 to 3 days, so 3 to 4 nights, so that you can, really explore Marmot Basin for 2 full days, but also take a day to try some of the other things, some of the non-ski. So, we just have so much to offer, right?
Yeah, so much to do. Yeah, you could obviously stay there for weeks and months and still have
years. Still haven't seen it all.
Well, 18 years, is that what it takes to see it all?
No, I still haven't seen it all. It's true. I discovered
and I'm glad you managed to sneak a photo of yourself in without even knowing it. Well done.
I know. Yeah, I forgot what I had on there for. There's a good ice climbing photo. There you go.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good action shot, and yeah, it ticks a few boxes. All right, there's no questions coming through, so we'll sign off there. But Estelle will send you guys some follow-up, so you'll get a chance to ask any questions. Oh, Fiona says, how far away was the dog sledding again?
It's for groups, it's just a 10-minute drive onto Pyramid Lake, but she will do groups only in advance, so located in Jasper. But it's an hour drive to Valemount. She's got shuttles that picks up from Jasper, that takes you to Valemount, and then obviously brings you back into Jasper. And then Sundog Tours also offers a shuttle service and a tour, dog sledding tour there. So the company is called Cold Fire Creek Dog Sledding, and if you just plug that in onto the Google machine, you'll be able to find all of the various tours that she offers.
Lovely, thank you. But dog sledding in Jasper is quite well covered by the Australian wholesalers as well, isn't it, Estelle?
It's starting to, yeah. It's picking up. It hadn't been for some time because she wasn't operating in Jasper yet. But the wholesalers are starting to pick it up now, so that's great.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, now we'll sign off. But Estelle and I will stay on the lines if anybody does think of any other questions or wants to hang back or is heading to Jasper or been to Jasper and want to share anything, then please do. Otherwise, everybody have a great day. Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.